Hello everyone, you're on the Cyber Hedgehog channel. In this video, we're going to learn what Nmap and Zenmap are. Let's take a look at what is Nmap. Nmap is short for Network Mapper. It is an open source Linux command line tool used to scan IP addresses and ports on a network and detect installed programs. It is used to assess the security of computer systems and identify services or servers on a computer network. To do this, Nmap sends specific packets to other computers and analyzes their responses. Nmap was originally developed for the Linux operating system by a hacker known as Fyodor. It helps to identify live hosts, open ports, services running on those ports, and the operating systems of target machines. Nmap works from the command line and has many scanning options. The program is most commonly run through a command line interface. Graphical interfaces are also available and is available for many different operating systems, such as Linux, FreeBSD, and Gentoo. It also owes its popularity to an active and enthusiastic user support community. The tool has been constantly expanding and has been able to make a name for itself mainly due to its active OS fingerprinting methods. The main use of Nmap can be divided into three main processes. The program will first provide you with detailed information about every IP address that is active on your networks, and then each IP address can be scanned. This allows administrators to check whether an IP address is being used by a legitimate service or an external attacker. Nmap is very popular with attackers and administrators alike because it works very efficiently and reliably. As a result, Nmap is now used in many website monitoring tools to check traffic between web servers, and IoTDD is an important component in diagnosing and evaluating network systems. Among other things, it is also used by the Nessus vulnerability scanner to detect open ports. Security professionals use Nmap during the reconnaissance phase of penetration testing to gather information about their targets, host discovery. Nmap offers various host discovery methods that allow users to identify live hosts on the network. These methods include ICMP Internet Control Message Protocol, RP Address Resolution Protocol, requests, and TCP Transmission Control Protocol scans. Nmap pros and cons, reviews from people. Pros: smart interrogation of services listening on open ports. It will use all sorts of techniques to try to find out what service is listening on a port and possibly even version and host information, etc. Highly scriptable. Being a command line utility, check out Zenmap. If you want a GUI, you can call it from your scripts, automation pipelines, etc. It is very extensive with many advanced networking features. Nmap provides important OS information whenever possible. We've completed the list of pros. Now let's move on to the cons. It's not a problem with Nmap per se, but the associated Zenmap GUI could do with some love. It does a great job, but it would benefit from a modern update. The learning curve is pretty steep. Not all features are available on Windows. If you don't limit the scan range, the command can take a very long time to execute. The syntax can be confusing. Syn scans can be particularly aggressive and cause problems on remote systems. Most popular Nmap functions can be performed with a single command, and the program also uses a number of shortcuts that can be used to automate common tasks. Here's a quick summary. 1. Ping scan. As mentioned earlier, a ping scan returns information about every active IP address on your network. You can perform a ping scan with the following command: nmap sp192.1.0.1.1/24. Two, scanning ports. There are several ways to perform a port scan with Nmap. The most commonly used: SSTCP Syn Scan, Saint TCP Connect Scan, SU UDP scans, CES-CTP Init Scan, ASN TCP Null Scan. The main differences between these scans are whether TCP or UDP ports are covered and whether a TCP connection is established. Here are the main differences. The simplest scan is the SSTCP Syn Scan, which provides most users with all the information they need. It scans thousands of ports per second and remains suspect because it does not establish a TCP connection. The main alternative to this scan is the TCP Connect Scan, which actively queries each host and requests a response. This takes longer than a Syn scan, but can provide more reliable information. UDP scans work the same way as TCP Connect scans, but use UDP packets to scan DNS, SNMP, and DHCP ports. These are the ports most often targeted by hackers. Therefore, this scan is a very useful tool for finding vulnerabilities. The SCTP Init Scan covers other services SS7 and Sigtran. The scan can also be used to avoid attracting attention when scanning an external network, as it does not complete the entire SCTP process. Top null scanning is also a very sophisticated scanning technique. It takes advantage of a loophole in the TCP system that can reveal the status of ports without directly requesting them. This allows you to see their status even if they are protected by a firewall. 3. Host scan. A host scan provides more detailed information about a specific host or range of IP addresses. As mentioned earlier, you can perform a host scan with the following command: nmap SPIP target area. 4. Scanning the operating system. Operating system scanning is one of Nmap's most powerful features. During this scan, Nmap sends TCP and UDP packets to a specific port and then analyzes the responses. It compares this response to a database of 2,600 operating systems and provides information about the host's operating system and version. Run the following command to scan the operating system. Nmap O target IP. 5. Scanning the most popular ports. Photo. If you are using Nmap on a home server, this command is very useful. It automatically scans a number of the most popular ports for the host. You can run this command by following these steps. Nmap top ports 2192.168.1.106. Replace 20 with the number of ports to scan, and Nmap will quickly scan them. It provides a neat output that indicates the status of the most common ports. This will allow you to quickly determine if you have unnecessarily open ports. 6. File output. If you want to output the results of your Nmap scan to a file, you can expand your commands accordingly. Just add the following input. The results will be output to a text file. Alternatively, you can use the following command. boxoutput.xml. This will output an XML file. 7. Disable DNS name resolution. Finally, you can speed up Nmap scans by using the N option to disable reverse DNS resolution. This can be very useful if you want to scan a large network. For example, you can add N to disable DNS resolution for the simple ping scan above. Nmap SPN 192.100.1.1/24. I have prepared an FAQ about Nmap. The commands described above cover most of the basic features of Nmap. However, there may be something left unclear, so here are the answers to the frequently asked questions. What are the alternatives to Nmap? There are several alternatives to Nmap, but most of them offer more specific niche features that are rarely needed by the average system administrator. Maskin, for example, is much faster than Nmap, but provides less granularity. Umit, on the other hand, allows you to perform multiple scans at the same time. However, in reality, Nmap offers all the features and reasonable speed for most average users, especially when used in combination with equally popular tools like Netcat for managing and monitoring network traffic, and Zenmap as a graphical user interface for Nmap. How does Nmap work? Nmap is based on legacy network inspection tools and provides fast and detailed scanning of network traffic. It uses IP packets to identify hosts and IP addresses that are active on the network. These packets are then analyzed to obtain information about each host and IP, as well as the operating systems running. Question: is Nmap legal? Answer: when used properly, Nmap can help protect your network from hackers by allowing you to quickly identify security vulnerabilities in your systems. Whether port scanning on external servers is legal is another question. The legal situation in this area is complex and varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. Using Nmap to scan external ports can lead to blocking by your ISP. Therefore, be sure to learn about the legal implications of using the program before using it on a larger scale. Nmap research can be the key to strengthening your network security. This tool allows you to effectively analyze systems, identifying weaknesses in minutes. Basic options such as port scanning help you quickly identify dangerous elements in your network. By using Nmap regularly, you not only make it harder for hackers, but also gain a deeper understanding of your network structure. Nmap also integrates with advanced data protection systems, such as those from Varonis, to create a more robust defense against cyber attacks. At this point, we move on to Zenmap. Zenmap, or also called Nmap GUI. Zenmap is the official graphical user interface of Nmap, with which we can perform various types of analysis that we are allowed to do with Nmap. When it comes to port intelligence, Zenmap is the king. It is a multi-platform Linux, Windows, Mac OS X, BSD, it's EC-free and open source program that aims to make Nmap easy to use for beginners while providing advanced features for experienced Nmap users. Whether you are a network administrator, cybersecurity professional, or just someone who needs to troubleshoot connectivity issues, Zenmap can help you get the job done. Nmap uses a variety of methods to scan and map networks, including ping sweeps, port scans, and OS fingerprinting. Zenmap offers a number of features and options for network mapping and analysis. Some of the key features of Zenmap include scan scheduling with the built-in scan scheduler. You configure regular scans to automatically run at regular intervals. Scan profiles, you can save and load scan profiles, allowing you to customize and reuse scan settings and preferences. Compare scan results, you can compare the results of different scans to see how your network has changed over time. Custom scan commands, you can create and save your own scan commands using the full range of Nmap parameters and syntax. Nmap View allows you to see a visual representation of your network with nodes and connections representing hosts and network connections. Filter results, you can filter scan results by various criteria such as host status, open ports, or service names. Zenmap integrates with other tools and resources such as the Nmap scripting engine NSE and the Nmap vulnerability and exploit inventory. This allows you to further customize and extend Zenmap's capabilities and stay up to date with the latest security threats and vulnerabilities. Zenmap is built on top of Nmap and uses the same command line options and syntax as Nmap. This means that you can use all of Nmap's options and methods in Zenmap from the command line panel. Other features of Nmap include quickly recognizes all devices, including servers, routers, switches, mobile devices, and more on one or more networks. Helps identify services running on the system, including web servers, DNS servers, and other common applications. Nmap can also detect application versions with sufficient accuracy to help identify existing vulnerabilities. Nmap can find information about the operating system running on devices. It can provide detailed information such as OS versions, making it easier to plan additional approaches during penetration testing. During security audits and vulnerability scans, you can use Nmap to attack systems using existing scripts from the Nmap scripting engine. Nmap has a graphical user interface called Zenmap. It helps you design visual displays of your network for better usability and reporting. After a ping scan, there is no information about open ports. If you select a host from the list on the left and then click on the Ports Host tab, there is no information. But if we run a port scan on this host, the Ports Hosts tab will be filled with new information. Enter one of the hosts in your network in the target field, select Normal Scan from the profile drop-down list, and click Scan. Zenmap will scan the host for open ports and fill in the Ports Host tab. Thank you for being with us. We hope this journey has been as exciting for you as it has been for me. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure. Remember that every day brings new opportunities for learning and growth. So hang in there, explore, and never stop on the path to your dreams. See you in the next video.